Good morning, everyone. I am Princess Joy Palmero. The assigned topic that I am going to discuss are techniques in ending the editorial and techniques in persuasion. First, let us discuss the three techniques in ending the editorial. First is proverb. Using the proverb in ending the editorial is to leave a lasting impact on the readers and to provide a concise and memorable statement. Example, people look up the home of the Ivetans as an honest and safe haven. We must then prove that first is lasting. Second is quotation. Quotation, it is a statement from the speech of specific speaker. Example, if we think that education is expensive, let us take it from Will Durant, who said, "Education is a progressive discovery of our own ignorance. Do you want to stay ignorant?" The last technique in ending the editorial is using advice. It is to inspire action, encourage reflection, and guide the readers towards a positive course of action based on the issues discussed in the piece. Example of advice, we should start changing our system. Let us dress up and vote. Those are the techniques in ending the editorial. Now, let's proceed to some techniques in persuasion. Every editorial writer should master the craft of persuasive language. It is to convince others to agree and accept the argument. There are 13 techniques in persuasion. First is appeals. Using appeals in persuasion is it can engage their audience, build credibility, evoke emotions, and present logical argument to persuade readers effectively. Example, imagine the impact of budget cuts on students who rely on scholarships to pursue their education. Second is evidence. Using evidence in persuasion is very persuasive. It makes the argument more reliable. These are the example of evidence. The first evidence is the statistics, second is statement from authority, and last is statement from authorities. Example of statistics, the latest study shows that 46.9% of women students marry at the age of 15 to 19. That is statistics. Second is Mr. Juan Pacleb, SSG President, revealed that the program aims only to generate funds. That is statement from authority. The third example in the evidence is according to UP population analyst, the prime cause overpopulation and so on and so forth. That is the statement from authorities. Next is attacks. Using attacks in persuasion is it can offend or alienate audience if overdone. Using humor to make fun of these views can be particularly persuasive. Example, Town Hall, Clown Halif, we consider the mayor's latest comments. The fourth techniques in persuasion is using rhetorical questions. It is to enhance the persuasive impact of the writing. It engages the audience and encourages critical thinking among readers. Example, do we want that we will only be the higher learning institution in the country which does not change its opening of classes? Number 5 techniques is cause and effect. Using cause and effect in persuasion is used to explain the relationship between events and actions. It is also to persuade the readers by showing how one event leads to another and highlighting the consequences of certain actions and decisions. Example, argument. Increasing students' engagement in extracurricular activities leads to improved academic performance. So the cause is increased students' engagement in extracurricular activities. And the effect is improved academic performance. 6 is connotations. Using connotations in persuasion is to evoke specific feelings, associations, or implications related to the words or phrases used in writing. Example, kill and slaughter both mean the same thing, but the word slaughter has a different connotation to kill, as it causes the readers to imagine that the act was particularly horrific. Number 7 is analogy. Using analogy in persuasion is to clarify complex ideas and persuade the readers by drawing a parallel between different situations. Also, it is to help readers by comparing them to more familiar or simpler concepts. Example, school is like a prison, and students are like prisoners. Number 8 is generalizations. Using generalizations in persuasion is used to make broad statements or draw conclusions based on limited evidence or examples. It is also to persuade the readers by presenting a concise and easily digestible narrative. Example, a teacher might see one or two teenagers cheating in class Sampaguita and write a letter to the editor claiming all students in class Sampaguita are cheaters and cannot be trusted. Number 9 is humor. Using humor in persuasion is to entertain, create connection to readers, and appeal to readers' emotions in a positive and light-hearted manner. Example, totally outraged as a pun on totally outraged when talking about controversial art. A writer may use Malice in Wonderland as a pun on Alice in Wonderland regarding some malicious issues in school. Number 10 is repetition. Using repetition in persuasion is to reinforce key points, emphasize important information, increase retention, and persuade the readers through repeated reinforcement of key ideas. Example, now is the time to amend the student manual. Now it's the time to arrange the student system. Now is the time for student development. Yes, now is the time. 11 is hyperbole. Using hyperbole in persuasion is to create dramatic impact, to persuade the readers through the use of exaggerated language to create a strong reactions. Example, one presidential candidate said that when he becomes the president, every Filipino will eat 3 times. Yes, with his record and background marred by corruption and plunder cases, every Filipino might just eat 3 times a week. Number 12 is alliteration and assonance. Alliteration is the repetition of initial consonant sounds, and assonance is a vowel sounds. Using alliteration and assonance in persuasion adds more emphasis to major points and makes them more memorable. Example, in alliteration, campus conversations, crafting a culture of creativity and collaboration. In assonance, the student union buzz with youthful exuberance. Number 13, imagery and figurative language. Using imagery and figurative language in persuasion is to paint a word, making the point visually or may appeal to emotions. Example, the sun's golden rays dance on the emerald grass, casting a warm glow over the bustling campus where students' laughter echoed through the corridors. Those are the 3 techniques in ending the editorial and 13 techniques in persuasion. Thank you.